Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The results of two random samples of votes for a proportion are given in the table. The samples were selected from the same population and the margins of error were calculated using the same method. Which of the following is the most appropriate reason that the margin of error for sample A is greater than the margin of error for sample B? Okay, now to answer this question, let's consider the two quantities. One is a sample size. Let me write the stuff over here. And the other quantity is a margin of error. Let me write it. Margin of error. Okay, these two quantities, the sample size and margin of error, are inversely proportional. That is, when we increase the sample size, margin of error will decrease. When we decrease the sample size, margin of error will increase. Both of them will go in opposite direction. Usually it will happen when we take two samples from the same population and we use the same method to calculate margin of error for both the samples. Okay, according to the question, we have to find the most appropriate reason that the margin of error for sample A is greater than the margin of error for sample B. Okay, in the table, the margin of error for sample A is greater than the margin of error for sample B. Since the margin of error for sample A is greater, then the size of sample A must be smaller. In the given answer choices, we have to find the stuff which says the size of sample A is smaller. That is in answer choice B. That is sample A at a smaller sample size. The correct answer choice for this question is B.